You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Welcome back to Tantrum House.
This Monday night, we are going to be hanging out at our favorite place, Due South, playing some board games for our monthly game night. It's a happening place. You should come and join us.
We'll be playing from 6 to 9, so if you can, swing by.
Today we're going to be looking at another card game. It's probably one of my new favorites right now.
That's cool, because it's my game. So.
Yeah, well, thank you for introducing it to me. Let's introduce it to them in our Terrible 2
Minute Review. Mundus Novus is a 2 to 6 player card game from Asmodee in which players are going to the New World to collect wealth and power.
In it, players earn points by turning in specific sets of cards, and so throughout the game, players are trying to strategically trade their cards in order to build the best hand.
Each round consists of several phases. The first phase is the event phase. Players will look at the development line, and that first card in the line, if it has an event symbol on it, then that event is in effect for the remainder of the round.
The next phase is the supply phase, where players draw 5 cards off the deck, and then based on the number of caravels that everyone has collected, additional cards are laid out on the table, and whoever has the lowest caravel total gets to select first.
During the trade phase, the trade master declares a number of cards between 2 and 4 that each player has to give up for trading. Then, depending on which player laid the highest cards, that player becomes the new trade master and gets to pick which card he wants first. Players may either pick a card from directly in front of an opponent or pick a card from the middle after replacing it with an opponent's card. Whichever opponent had their card taken gets to choose next.
Once players have traded all their cards and are back up to their original card count, they then move on to the progression phase, where the trade master picks a player, and that person gets to go first in trading their cards in order to gain rewards. And then everybody gets a chance to do that.
Sets of same numbered cards can be redeemed for developments, which will allow players to gain an additional card each round, or they give them other special abilities. Sets of different numbered cards can be redeemed for straight coin, which gets you closer to winning. Sets of ink and relics can also be redeemed for coin, even more than the different numbered card sets can, or they can be used in conjunction with the other 2 sets as wild cards.
When a player reaches 75 points, he wins the game. There's also a win condition for if you get a perfect set of cards 1 to 10, and then I think that covers the basics, so go ahead and tell us about the mechanic.
I like how the trading mechanic really forces you to strategize. While a lot can depend on the luck of the draw, there are ways you can mitigate that. Submitting your high cards so you can become the trade master is definitely a perk, but you might want to reconsider, holding on to those cards so you can submit them for higher coin.
Balance.
One thing to keep in mind is that all the phases are interdependent, so you're going to have to think ahead as you play. Theme.
I like the theme for this game. At least I like the visuals for it. I don't know if it's just my personal flavor, taste, or what, but the illustration style is gorgeous. I super love that. I think the story for the game is basically that you're traveling to the New World to trade and get resources so you can come back and sell them and build your, your fleet and things. None of that really matters, though, in the actual gameplay. Like, you're just trading in sets of cards. And that's fine. It all fits together well. It looks great, and I'm happy with that. Tell us about the replayability.
Well, I've really enjoyed playing this game with my friends. One thing to bear in mind is that it can take a lot longer if you have an analysis paralysis prone player. One thing also to think about is you probably won't really grasp all the rules until you've played through a couple of rounds. So once you've gotten the hang of what the game is, you'll definitely want to go back and play it again now that you know what the rules are. And if this is the kind of game you enjoy, it'll always be replayable because that deck is going to shuffle out differently each time. Enjoyability.
I do enjoy this game. I've borrowed it from Ryan on a number of occasions. I haven't gotten to play it as many times as I want to, but I've enjoyed it every single time. We reviewed the game Diamonds last week, and this is, it's another game. You're building sets. It's got some similarities to that, but I feel like Mundus Novus definitely has a little deeper, richer level of, the different phases that you go through and everything. And I think it's the type of game that anybody could really pick up and enjoy. Tantrum House gives Mundus Novus Duo Pollices Ascendum.
Oh, is my hair alright? I didn't actually check it after I switched shirts.
You got one stray.
Thank you.
And then any additional cards based on the number of
The number of caravels, they get to have those. They start with whoever has the lowest combined fleet value,
like 4
and
lines.
then go.
Stop by our title.
Was it too natural? Oh, shucks.